Transit TV, welcome back, guys, to the Reggie Football Show. We are back again after 1 week break. Fortunately for us, the Arsenal fans, it coincided with our debacle of three straight losses. I know people like Nimi and the Chelsea fans in the community, in the forum, in the channel, missed their chance to bite us back. Well, we are back today to get back to the EPL for this weekend. We have Chelsea playing at home to Fulham. Newcastle will be hosting City. And we'll also be looking at United hosting Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. These are the three games we are focusing on this weekend. We know that a few teams are on break. Arsenal is not playing this weekend. Liverpool had their semi-finals of their EFL yesterday. So we'll just have these three games for this week. And today with me, I have Choma here basking in the euphoria of enjoying his her holidays and Christmas in the eastern part of Nigeria. The best place you want to be during this time of the year. Ugum, as usual, the usual suspect is here as well. Nimi couldn't wait for this episode because he needs to get on the skin of Choma, our beloved Choma, and Ugum, of course, my humble self. Today as well, we'll have a debutant. Kem is an ardent Arsenal fan, a season ticket Arsenal fan in the UK. He's joining us today for the first time. He's been busy with things in his office. He's a lawyer, but today we managed to get him on the show. So, guys, you are welcome to the show. Let me start with you. I know you had a very good Christmas. Let's share from it.
I had a very good Christmas up until I was still celebrating the euphoria of the Christmas up until yesterday when the unthinkable happened. But I'm still trying to, come back out of it. But I had a great Christmas. My panelists, I'm so mad that this was timed where we didn't have to come to the show. I met Osborne on the 30th of December. We broke the new year together. We had a power hour talk, man-to-man talk. And I reminded him again, and you can see him laughing. Also, you remember on the second week of September, I said, talk to me January. Let me see the table. And you told me something. You said, Nimi, I'm tired of this, your nonsense analysis, beer pal analysis. And now we are in January. We are seeing Ateta is speaking Bracatubra.
Okay, so Nimi, is Arsenal still in the title challenge?
I think you should take that question to the red bandana Osborne. Let Osborne answer that question.
Yeah, guys, you welcome to the show. I know that Arsenal will be like a plus for this episode after we discuss these games. It's been a very precarious situation for Arsenal and their fans in the last 1 week. But I mean, like I told some of my friends, these things happen. If you have watched EPL for long, you will know that every team goes through this patch of run of bad form. It's happened to Tottenham this year. They went about 5 or 6 games. City had theirs as well 2 months ago. I think Liverpool are the only one in the top end of the table that have not gone through that patch. So, for Arsenal, I think it's a matter of how soon do they get out of it, and if they will be lucky that Liverpool and City, get to have their own patch of run of bad forms in the days or months to come before the end of the season. So there's still a lot of games to be played, and we'll see how those are going to pan out. So let's start with Chelsea playing at home to Fulham. So far, after all the games that have been played this season, Chelsea has a 1.7 goal scoring rate per game, while Fulham has 1.4. So these two teams are probably around the same strength when it comes to scoring goals. Chelsea has an average of 59.6 possession in their games, while Fulham has 48.9. 34 goals scored by Chelsea all season. Fulham scored 28. Shots on target, Chelsea has 247. Fulham has 148. Shots on target, 102 out of the 247 for Chelsea and 79 for Fulham. Then both teams are close again. Goals conceded. Chelsea has 31 goals conceded for the season so far. Fulham has 35. So if you look at these numbers, it looks like there isn't much, separating both teams from this game. When you hear the game Chelsea at home to Fulham, you would think at top of your head that this one should be an easy one for Chelsea. But looking at these numbers, it looks like there's no much. Chelsea is 10th on the table, and while Fulham is 13th. So they are just within the same bracket, if you want to say that in terms of their results and performance this season so far. So, Dimi, what's your overall? What are you thinking? What's your expectation for this game this week?
Yeah, first of all, I want to officially Happy New Year to everyone. Reggie, Chioma herself, Osborne, and Kim, welcome to the show. We have to give glory to God, for bringing us to a new year. But what do I think about this game? These are two teams that even before you started reading out all of the stats, these are two teams that are inconsistent. Fulham on one side are, punching, between their weight class. They are mid-table, lower table team, and they're where they're expected to be. For Chelsea, it's been a season of ups and downs, and again, I've always said it, the only consistent thing about Chelsea is their inconsistency. And, we were doing good 2 games in and had the shocker yesterday. But what I could say, the match is, if I have my balls right now, my magic balls, it's looking out for going to be a draw, something like a draw game. Mostly it's going to turn out to be like a draw game because I don't see the firepower. I don't see what Poch has been doing. To be honest, I haven't seen a gameplay. I haven't seen a style of play. I haven't seen no kind of upward movement in terms of Chelsea's progress. As we've all seen throughout the season, Chelsea has always struggled against low block teams. And we saw against Middlesbrough yesterday how they couldn't, get a hold of the game. And right now, we know Michael Jackson, Broha looking like a striker. Osborne sees every day with his referee games. In our local, in our grassroots, even grassroots players are even looking more fit and more hungry than this Broha. The strikers we have, Palmer, it's like he has lost his palm in front of goals. I can't just believe what I saw yesterday. It's just like the whole team is just full of it just permits me to use, I never curse, but it's just full of trash players, and there's no easy day. And I think, Fulham will come into Stamford Bridge and they will do what they usually do. They will get at least 46 to 48% of the ball possession, try to catch us on the break. And, as I said, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a 0-0 game.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to the show, bro. Happy to have you. This man is, I know. Dimi, you need to get some more of your Chelsea fans on the show. You need to look at this an Arsenal channel. People are accusing me it's all about Arsenal. I said no. We've been trying to get other fans to come on the show.
You're lucky to have me. I'm the only one that escaped. Oh, everybody's in mourning right now. You see me on my black, right? I'm on black on black. I'm in mourning face right now.
Guys, mourning about, by the way.
Yeah, so okay, let me touch base with you. How do you think Fulham can get anything out of this game? Okay. Yeah, mute.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year from the city of the EPL.
Hello.
The rest side of London.
Yep.
So joining for the first time. I've been busy. I've been talking to Rage about the season, how it's going, and my brother that just Nimi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the moment I'm even watching Fulham Liverpool match as I speak to you. And for the Fulham winning Liverpool at the moment, 1-0 in Anfield is an advantage for me. Sometimes when I talk about Chelsea team and their performance, I fall out with lots of people because they think because I'm an Arsenal fan. But to be honest, we are all Londoners. I like them to do well. And I keep asking some of the Chelsea fans, what is Chelsea playing for? That's the first question. If I understand what they're playing for, I can be able to make an input. Because I see a team that when you see team like Bournemouth, you see team like Wolves, you see team like Brighton, you can say this is the pattern of their play. Looking at Poch in his time at Tottenham, I used to see him as an attacking coach. This time around, I don't understand if there is anything they are doing in the training pitch. Because yesterday, after the game yesterday, I sat down and I was thinking, what is exactly the problem? And I can't even figure out nothing. To be honest, they have the capacity to win the league. To be honest, because football has gone out from this is for new generation players, and these are the kind of age brackets you need to outrun any defense. But I think there is a problem. That is what I think. I'm not sure. It's my opinion, please. I think the players are playing for themselves. I see that selfishness. Sterling wants to score. Palmer wants to score. What's the other guy's name? All the attacking players, they are not.
Modric.
There's no unity. There's no unity of purpose. Like, this is a teamwork. You need to work it out for somebody to score. But everyone wants to take that credit as the highest goal scorer. I think that should be the first thing they have to work on. Their game against Fulham, I'm not seeing anything different. All I'm seeing is I see a draw game, to be honest, because Fulham playing today and coming over the weekend again, they're not going to do more. But if there's any advantage, should be Chelsea. Chelsea should have the advantage going into that game. As far as I'm concerned, this is what I think. And with the home support, they should be able to come up with at least a win.
Okay. Chama, let me, I hear you there, Nkem, and you see all the stuff that Nkem, few things that he mentioned there, which are facts. We've been talking about all these things on the channel throughout the season. You know, so is there any player that you think who can decide this game on both sides?
Chelsea, first of all, welcome, Mr. Nkem. You asked a very important question. You wanted to know what Chelsea was playing for. There's something we call player development in grassroots football, because I work with grassroots. So if you're playing for nothing, there's no money, there's no medal to win. You're just playing to develop the player so that when you get to sell them, either to the first division or second division, they know what they are there for. So I guess that's what Chelsea's playing for this season. No disrespect, by the way. And then your second question, Reggie, you asked them, just like Mr. Nkem said, I mean, they have the use in this player. I mean, look at Palmer. When Cole was going there, we're like, is City okay to let this guy go? He went there, he tried to be a person on his own. And then he came in there and found that there's no synergy. There's no teamwork. All of a sudden, Cole is becoming a shadow of himself in the midst of, a Chelsea that should have made him the kind of player that he was being trained at City to be. So for me, if Chelsea is not going to be serious about this forthcoming game, they will lose. They will lose because let's not forget, that a Fulham team don't meet, but they actually do have they do have, you know, people that you should be scared of. There's this guy, I can't remember his name. I think he has 3 names. He has the blue eye. Is it blue eye or what kind of eye? He has a braid. I think he's a forward. He's not a midfielder.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. He's in Fulham. And then this guy, what's his name? Jimenez is there too. You know, these are players that when they mean you, Jimenez will frustrate you, either score or get you offended, and you make a mistake that will lead to a goal. So I'm talking about a Fulham team now that is mid. And then you have Calvin Bassey, the defender. I don't think he's around, by the way. So there's nobody that he's going to push around. So Chelsea should have space to do whatever they want to do. But with the way they are, I don't know how they're going to be lined up, by the way. But I don't see any player in Chelsea who is going to pose some kind of threats to this Fulham. You know, it's looking like, you know, it's going to be a draw game or something. I don't see any draw. It's either you lose or you win. And if I'm going to say whose side am I going to be tilting onto, I will be tilting towards Fulham, because just like Mr. Kem said, I'm watching Fulham play Liverpool and it's shocking. Seriously, that's shocking me.
Okay. Let me ask you about one player. I've watched Fulham a few times this season, and this guy, Andy Robinson, is that his name? Though he's a defender, but he seems to be a very, very
Anthony Robinson.
Anthony Robinson, yeah, it looks to be a very, very important factor in the way Fulham attacks. He tends to, you know these deep runs that players make across the field, and hit opponents at opponent defenders with surprise. I've seen him do that many times. He pushes that side of things for Fulham a lot. William, with the age, tends to bring some technical prowess into their game as well. So tell me, do you think in this game they will be doing just being what they have been defensively this season, that Anthony Robinson could be an X factor for Fulham in this game?
Anthony Robinson, for me, is one of the candidates for best left back so far this season.
Yep.
In the EPL.
I agree.
Very, very, very underrated player. Skillful on the ball, has an engine that goes
back and
non-stop throughout the game, back and forth. He used to be like more of a headless chicken that was athletic, the typical American high school player, high on energy, low on technique, and low on being able to translate tactics. But he has really developed. Right now he should be capable of playing left back for any of the top 6 teams. I wasn't surprised when I heard a rumor that Manchester City were actually trying to buy him at some point, or considering him, scouting him at some point. And so that tells you all you need to know. He is a really good player. And when Arsenal played Fulham, he was one of their major key players, both in trying to hold Bukayo Saka down and also offering something offensive. So yes, he's going to always be key for Fulham. I think that Fulham is an underrated side. I think that their coach is also underrated. Those guys can play. Almost every member of that team can hold the ball and pass it. So it's going to be fascinating how the game against Chelsea develops, because Chelsea also are a ball-playing team. I look forward to the game. I think that it will be a good matchup that will probably end in a draw. And the reason I predict a draw is that Chelsea are not clicking in the final third like they clicked over the past few weeks. I think something has happened. Cole Palmer seems to be kind of short on confidence, which is strange considering the form he's been on. Up prior to the Christmas period. So if Cole Palmer clicks, Chelsea clicks, and Chelsea scores goals. I hear Nkunku has gotten injured again, which is normal when you've been out for so long.
Of course, it's expected.
Yeah, it's expected, and I'm sure it's not something anything long term. So yeah, I look forward to an interesting game between those two.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm with you on that. That Robinson guy is, and he's very strong defensively as well. In fact, I've been secretly be feeling or hoping that Arsenal will probably get him, considering what we're dealing with when it comes to Zinchenko. So he's been very, very key for Fulham this season, defensively and attacking wise. Maybe I don't know. I think you need to close this one for us. What's your final thought on this game?
And just to add that he scored in the last 3 months, I think he scored up to 2, 3 goals for United States national team as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Let me close this one before we move to Newcastle City.
Thank you for letting me close it. We know, I don't know what Nkem and Choma are doing, but I think Osborne and I are on the same rim of the spirit right now. The match went in a draw. It went in a draw. I'm boldly saying it's going to end in a 0-0 draw. Chelsea.
Yeah, we'll take our predictions for these 3 games at the end of the show.
Okay.
Mm.
I think it's going to end in a draw. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So the next game we look at Newcastle playing at home to City. Newcastle have been, in fact, what I would call a shadow of themselves, lately, both in all competitions. Of course, we know they went out of the Champions League, couldn't make it to Europe. In the league, they've been losing games. I remember on this channel, I've always talked about Newcastle not having an identity. You don't really know what you're going to get from them. Today, they're packing the balls. Tomorrow, they are all guns blazing. And this has also reflected in their games. They've been having a cluster of results. And this has seen them, drop on the table. Their numbers so far, surprisingly enough, their goal expectation per game is 2.0. City has 2.4. The possession in games 55%. City, of course, first in that category with 63%. And goals, Newcastle has scored 39 goals this season, and it's City 45. Their shots 259 for Newcastle and 283 for City. Shots on target, just 109 for Newcastle and 118 for City. And of course, Newcastle and their Choma, you and your boys, your men in that team, they have 51 yellow cards so far this season. I think that should be the highest in the league, and the City has 34. So these are some of the key numbers for going into this game. Normally, based on what recent history, you would think it's going to be a very tough game for City. But considering what's been going on with Newcastle lately in the league and all the competitions, one would tend to think that City will run away with this one. Chom, I don't know what your thoughts are for this game.
Oh, okay. I know we are all aware that KDB is back, right? And he's already assisting people and doing things. The maestro is back, however it's called. I mean, City Newcastle, if it were last season, I'll be like, yes, this is going to be a battle. They are coming up against City, and City better be scared. But truth of the matter is that I will not be betting on those giants to do anything.
Your guys.
They're not my guy. And do you know the annoying thing about that, your stats on yellow cards? If we check it now, Bruno G doesn't have one. He doesn't have one yellow card. And that's the biggest bully. He's not even as tall as others.
Yeah, him and
But he's
committing,
and he doesn't get a card for that. But that's a story for another day. So this is what I think about Newcastle. I mean, we can all agree that we really, really are in love with their manager. Some of us like the manager too much, But I don't know what is happening. Something is off. I don't know what it is, because I don't want to say is an injury thing. Mm-hmm. They've never really been that kind of team that are faced by injury, if you know what I mean. I mean, I can't remember the stats of injury list they had like last season when they were doing very well behind defensively and all of that. They were fighting. But now it's like their guys went on injury, they are back. Everybody is back, and they are still making a mess. Because other games we're actually saying, oh, you know what? Maybe they had guys go away on injury. I mean, Isak was not around for a while, and this guy, what's his name? The very tall guy, intimidately tall, the defender.
Okay, Dumbo.
burn, and then Livramento had to do the job, doing a very good job, by the way. But there's a role experience plays. Do you understand? But these guys are back. I mean, Almiron is there. And then the other statesman, he plays. That's Busey. So I don't know what is happening. They have long staff. They have the other guy. What's that small boy with that haircut? I'm trying to remember.
Okay,
Not long staff.
is it Miley?
Gordon. Is it Gordon?
Okay, Gordon, the one on the playing for the left wing. Anthony Gordon.
So these are guys exactly, these are guys that they always fit the bill, they fit the playbook every day, every time of the season. But I don't know what's happening. It's like they're losing their touch, their passes are not coming in, and then this play guy, who doesn't like him here or this year? I think there's somebody that doesn't like him. The Brazilian.
Joelinton.
Joelinton. The play guy. People don't take it seriously, by the way. They think it's just, I don't know. But Newcastle City, for me, on a very good day, is a win for Man City because they are trying to prove a point, and the points they will prove.
Okay, yeah. Ubum, considering that Newcastle, like we all know, we've said here many times in the channel, they're a very combative team. What do you identify any key battles, that's going to really be fierce and key in this deciding how this game goes? Are there any
It'll be Bruno Guimaraes against Joelinton. I'm sorry, not Joelinton, against Rodri. Yeah, playing against Rodri is going to be tough. They better not make a mistake of putting Joelinton on Rodri, because Rodri is going to make him useless. Bruno Guimaraes is a better footballer and has more of a higher IQ than Joelinton. So I think that would be a key matchup. I also think that looking at Newcastle's defense, their major player in defense is this. I think he's French, isn't he? Trying to remember his name. They bought him from France.
Okay, Shah.
No, not Shah. They bought him from either Nice or so in France.
Okay, the
he's a tall,
the black guy. Yeah.
Very gifted defender. No, he's not black. Oh my goodness, why am I forgetting his name?
Defender.
Yeah, he plays center back for them.
Hold on, let me get
so he's a really good defender. They just bought him last season. Okay,
Paul Domet.
No, not Domet. His name is not Domet.
Okay, Lascelles or something like that.
No, Lascelles is their captain. This guy I'm talking about was highly coveted. Many of the clubs wanted him. They bought him from either Nice or one of these French clubs, but he's not French. Oh,
Jose Javi Manquillo.
I know who you're talking. He's from Belgium, right?
Is he from Belgium? I think so.
Yeah.
Is it Botman?
He starts with an L.
No, Botman. Thank you.
Botman.
That's the person I'm talking about.
Sven Botman, yeah.
Botman, yes. So
Botman is Sven Botman is a very key player. So let me go with you. Considering what's his name, Eddie Howe has done recently. What do you anticipate if you are to be City? What do you think he's going to do in this game to try to get? Because I think they rely so much on the crowd and on when they have home games to get over the line. But City is not a team that you're going to use that to try to get a result over them. Though away from home against City, Newcastle tend to do good. But at this point of the season, we all know that this is the time that Pep tries to push his engine, beyond their usual limits. So is there anything that you anticipate that sometimes when the big boys come to town, of course, the Hull tries to park the bus and hit teams on the break. I don't know. What do you think he's going to do in this game to try to get a result? Because they need to start climbing up in the table. They're about 8th or 9th on the table right now.
I think the only thing Eddie Howe needs to do is to galvanize his team. Right now, it seems they've run out of steam. The run out of steam is as a result of they came into first of all, when you come into the season, going into the Champions League, playing European football, you need a number of quality players where, you know, the bench, if injury happens, whereby you need a big squad. What happened was Newcastle did not have a big quality squad. So when there was a deep in form from players like Trippier and Bond got injured and all the injuries that they had a slip in form. And the fact that they went out of the Champions League, went out of Europe completely, that demoralized the team a lot. So all he has to do now is to tell them, hey, this season we still have to play for the Champions League. This season, you know, in terms of the cup competitions, they have the FA Cup, the Carling Cup is off. They're not going to be challenging for the league title. They're out of the Champions League, no UEFA Cup. Is to galvanize these players again and tell them, hey, we have a Champions League place to play for, to finish fourth. So I think that will be what Newcastle need now. But I think in that game going against Man City, I do remember saying in our previous podcasts that Man City, you know, the stew and the soup usually gets to that place of getting done. When you don't get done, it's by January period. And you can see what's going on. And somebody made a point about Pep 2 days in my other chat. They say, why is Pep, look at the AFCON. Man City is not losing any player to the AFCON. For years now, they've not been losing players to the AFCON. Is this a strategic move by Pep? Or doesn't he like black players or African players? That's a story for another day. But right now, they are gelling. They are back. As Chioma, fantastic Chioma says, De Bruyne is back. He has a drum. He's about to beat that drum. And all those players, Haaland and Alvarez, they're about to start dancing and shaking their waists because the main man has come, which is De Bruyne. And their players are back in form. Doku will be back. When other teams are faltering, teams, you know, Arsenal being Arsenal, choking as usual. Liverpool, we're going to come to them. But this is the time Man City is getting up. And they're about to do what they usually do year after year. So this is going to be too much for Newcastle. Newcastle are in a bad downward spiral, and it's going to be too much for them.
Yeah, and Kemi, if you look at the numbers, goals per game, expected goals per game, Newcastle have 2.0, City has 2.4. Goals conceded, Newcastle has 29, City has 21. It isn't that much, you know, separating these two teams. So which means if we were to be on a good day for Newcastle, they can actually score goals and they can defend as well. So do you think looking at this can give them confidence, or do you expect that with these numbers, is a game that could be close to call as well, or you expect City to run away with this one?
Yeah, I don't want to be prophet of doom, but the truth about this game coming up is football. Anything can happen in football. The difference is when it comes to Pep and Man City, I tell people, if I should be a coach in my lifetime, I will go to Pep for a day and ask him, what keeps you going? He's never panicked. He's patient. And you know, one thing about, like I tell people, even though we're not talking about Arsenal, but we're still going to bring it in. Arteta learned everything from Pep, but he didn't learn that part of being patient. Football is played over 90 minutes, not 45 minutes, not 60. It's 90 minutes with extra time. You see, City, I tell you, they're going to win, if my opinion as well, because these are the kind of players you see, they sit you down. This is a ball of energy, stamina. They will exhaust you. Leave Newcastle and they are mighty men. It's not about giant. Like what my brother said about De Bruyne, that man with Rodri, he need to go back to school to study these two boys because they will keep you rolling. They will keep the ball rolling. And Newcastle, there's what we call initial gra. Those days when we play football in our days. When the season started, I told people that Newcastle is not even in my first six. Why? Because, like what you said, you look at the bench, everybody in Newcastle, the formation, with all due respect, the coach, Eddie, is my very good friend. I like him as a person. But me, I cannot invest that kind of money in a team, buy that team with that kind of money, and go for that kind of coach. My opinion, with all due respect. You know why? Football has something to do with experience. Football has something to do with pattern. In the time of Alex Ferguson, he will wait till December, January, what Pep is doing now. I will be surprised if Pep is going to lose any match this season. Because those boys respect him. They respect his ideology about football. Do what I asked you to do. Forget what you want to do. And that is what City is good at. They will keep being patient, keep doing what they are doing because those little space, they know the goal will come. And when they start scoring, you will see goals coming. So for me, Newcastle, they should be happy if they finish if they go with Europa this season, they should thank their star.
Okay, prediction time. Let me start with you, Ugum. The first game with two Chelsea Fulham. What's your prediction?
I predict a 1-1 or 2-2 draw, but it's going to be a score draw.
No, take one.
So I take one. I'll take 2-2. 2-2 draw.
Okay. Mimi, let's go to you. What's your prediction? Chelsea Fulham.
If you're someone that plays betting or anything, take this goal. You're about to win so much big money. It's gonna end 0-0.
Okay. Okay, let's have your prediction.
I go for Fulham win.
Score.
1-0.
Okay. Choma.
3, Chelsea 1.
Fulham 3.
Yeah.
Chelsea 1. For me, I see Fulham scoring in this game. Chelsea scoring. I'll go for a slim 2-1 Fulham. Then Newcastle against City. We'll start with you again, Ugum.
Newcastle City, I would say I'll predict a 2-1 City win.
Okay. Okay. No, sorry, Nimi. You're mute.
Again, take this to the bank. All the people that are gonna call tickets, it's gonna be 2-0. Man City is gonna win 2-0.
Okay. Okay.
I agree with him. I go for 2-0 Man City.
Okay, Choma.
Wow. What if there are more goals, like 4 goals?
So City 4?
Well, I'll go for 2-0. City 2, Newcastle 0.
Okay, I will shock you guys. I will go for a draw in this game.
Wow.
Newcastle City for 2-2. Yes, like rounding up on this episode, like Kevin mentioned, I have an issue with Eddie Howe. He's a coach I used to like when he was in Bournemouth, but he's beginning to prove to be a small team coach. Like Nimi mentioned as well, Alex Ferguson Pep Guardiola, Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, all these coaches made their names by sticking to their guns. You just stick to what you believe, develop a way you want your teams to play, and stick to it. It works, it doesn't work. You lose your job, you move to the next one. Let people know you for something. But he's gone to Newcastle, bought a lot of players, have good days, they play fantastic football. Then the other day they show up and just pack the ball. So you don't even know what you're going to get when you are watching Newcastle. I think that's the biggest problem for Newcastle right now. And sometimes this thing gets into the head of the players because they don't know how to prepare themselves for the game, because today they are playing one style, the other day is different. So for me, that has been the story of Newcastle this season. And I think Eddie Howe needs to look inwards and try to figure out what he wants to do with Newcastle before he loses that job, because these guys have put a lot of money into that team, and I know they still want to invest, but they have to be confident that he is the man to take them to the next level. And I believe that at the end of this season, they might cut ties with him, and we'll see how that goes. Our viewers, before we go, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not done so, and let us know what you think about these games as we have discussed. United, Tottenham. This Sunday, United is going to play at home to Tottenham. This game is quite a tricky one. United seem to come to life when the big boys are in town, just like Chelsea this season so far. And let's look at their numbers. It's very interesting. Goals, expected goals per game. United has 1.1 SG, while Tottenham has 2.1. Goals scored, goals goals conceded per game is 1.4 for United and 1.5 for Tottenham. Possession, average possession for each game, the United has 52%, while Tottenham has 59. Goals scored, United has scored a paltry 22 goals all season in the league, while Tottenham has 42. That's almost double the number. Shots on goal, 267 for United and 292 for Tottenham. Shots on target, United has 90 shots on target all season, while Tottenham has 114. And United has conceded 27 goals. Spurs has conceded 29 goals. In the disciplinary section, United has 48 yellow cards and 1 red card, while Tottenham has 54 yellow cards and 4 red cards. So this one is a little bit tricky in some way. Newcastle, no, sorry, the Tottenham Hotspur, Ange has come in and changed the way they play, because we know the last 2-3 managers they have been managers who approach the game completely the opposite way. Ange has come in. The little time he has been in Tottenham, he has transformed the team after they lost Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. I don't know who starts with this one. Nimi, who wants to go? I don't even know where to start from, because this game, I don't know, is going to be difficult to call, because United sometimes they just look very bad and ugly in the eye, but manage to sometimes pull out results when you don't expect them to do so this season. Nimi, let's start with you on this one. What's your overall thinking? What do you expect to happen in this game?
I think it's going to be a game where it's going to be Man U slightly ceding possession to Tottenham, maybe in the 53-47 range, and trying to catch them on the break. Right now, Manchester United are not at their premium peak as to position where they're supposed to be at. It's going to be a big plus for them having Onana still going to play this game, although it's a big minus on the African continent, knowing a player could decide to play a game and miss out on the first game of the AFCON. But I expect, with the new ownership in Manchester United, let's get it straight. Erik ten Hag's job will be in Erik ten Hag's job. He's currently interviewing for the job for next season, because I don't think that Manchester United, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, they will want some exciting football. We saw what they did at Nice with his ownership there in France, and he would love to see exciting football and making sure that these players, these players are playing to their ability. They've taken a loss on Jordan Sancho. Anthony seems like an 85 million dollars, Zimbabwean dollars buy, not even an American dollars. So he hasn't lived up to expectation. Mason Mount has been injured, and Onana has been flat. So the buck stops at Eric Ten Hag. So right now, going forward, there will be an autopsy, scrutiny into, do we actually go with what he has said in terms of player recruitment, because most of them are failed. In terms of Tottenham, there's a big positive. They just purchased Rugani, the guy from Genoa.
Timo Werner.
So they've gotten Timo Werner, they've gotten the defender. It seems like Dyer is going to Bayern Munich, so that's a plus for Angie. But I think he's going to be missing Bissouma and Sarr. That midfield combination has been solid and pivotal for them. Because what's the guy's name from Denmark? Holberg. Holberg seems to be a player that wants to leave. He wants a new future, wants to leave. So his mind is not there. So that center of the pack is where I think he's going to struggle with the absence of Sarr and Bissouma. I think on the forward line, I think Richarlison is getting back his groove. They're going to miss Son too. How do you come up and replace Son? It's gonna be
exactly.
It's gonna be very big. So I think in terms of the squad, looking at the squad, I think Manchester United have an upper hand in terms of the squad, but I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a great game. I'm thinking this game, if I'm gonna be a man that bets, I usually don't go in there to put on a bet, but if I'm usually gonna go, Manchester United would lose out on possession. But I see Manchester United sneaking this with maybe a 2-1, a slim 1-goal margin victory.
Win. Okay. Ugum, lately United has kind of come up with this vibrant young man, trying to make things happen for the team. Garnacho has been electric, and a few other young guys have come in and done well for the team. Do you think playing at home at Old Trafford, if Erik Ten Hag is confident enough to play them, do you think United can get anything from this game? How do you think that can be possible? How is he going to do that?
Yeah, exactly what you said. By being adventurous, by playing the guys that can get you goals. Play Garnacho. If Mainu, of course, has to play because he works really hard and very good carrier, both ball carrier and ball protector for them. So if you play Garnacho, combination with Rashford and let Bruno feed them, they always have chance to score goals, especially at Old Trafford. It's just for them to take their chances. McTominay, of course, has become a weapon for them closer to the 18-yard box. If you just play him there as well, where he's most effective, let him meet crosses, he will score goals. So this game, I predict a draw as well. I think that Tottenham have woken up and they are clicking in offense, but they're going to miss two of their integral midfielders. Having said that, Son also is out. If Son is out, that's a major, major, major problem for them because he's been very key to their attack. But one thing I give to Spurs this season is they've been able to navigate through their challenges. Yes, and when the team does that, it strengthens them. So I'm not going to write them off against United. I think it's going to probably be a draw game.
Yeah, Choma, considering the fact that, like Nimi mentioned, Grim said that as well, Zuma is not going to be there. Sai is also gone for the AFCON. How do you think United should structure their team to kind of take advantage of that situation? Of course, considering that their son as well is not going to be there to worry them at the back. You're on mute.
Oh yeah. I think we already mentioned they have this strain of young players that they are trying to get out there to get them the goals they need and get them the work rate and then for them to deliver. I think just like everybody has mentioned, we've mentioned their names. I think United actually have, I can say they have a kind of an upper hand to win this game, seeing that the Tottenham team is a bit they are not holding at the moment.
Yeah, missing key players, missing 3 key players is not going to be easy. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work because before it was an injury and now they don't have the big fishes. Okay, because I mean this is what a team always needs. I mean, even if some of your under guys are going out due to injuries or whatever, your key guys need to be there. But now Tottenham, the key guys are nowhere to be found. Bissouma, of course, is away. Although he's always busy getting cards and all of that, but whenever he's there, means business, he works. And if Son is not there, then I don't know who they're going to play. I don't know.
Richarlison is going to be there to check.
What? He wanted me to call that guy. Please. See, he left Everton. I don't know what he's doing. Let him be spraying yellow, green, pink on his hair. I do not know. That guy has become a complete shadow of himself. For a Brazilian forward like that, he's so washed out, but he's not what we're talking about. So what do I think about this game? Well, just because I'm in love with United a little, and I'm hoping that they get their ass together, I think I'm going to give them a win. I'm not giving them a draw.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I hear you, Choma. Okay, let me touch base with you right quick, right there to close this one for us. Ange has built a reputation during his short stay so far in the EPL of being adventurous, of regardless what the odds are, he just plays the way he has. You know, something that I've criticized Eddie Hall about. Regardless of what's happening, we're talking about missing 2 key defensively strong midfielders in the team, and also not having Song, who is their engine in front. We still know that he's going to go to Old Trafford and be adventurous. Do you think this will be a good way to approach this game, or should you kind of retreat a little bit and try to be a little bit conservative in this game?
Yeah, like I said before, my problem with this game, like Nim said, is difficult to predict or to call rather, because you know why? We have a coach here in Tottenham that believes in that high line, and he can never change it, no matter who he's playing. But then, like we said about Eddie Howe, he's this kind of guy that he is going to go to Old Trafford. He's not going to park the bus. He's not going to go and play on the counter. He's going there with the same formation. He said, if you know him, that's how he plays. If you're not happy with it, the opposite coach can deal with it. You can predict him. But the good thing about him is he works very, very, very well on it. That if they get it right, they must score goals. But then, knowing Den Haag, the guy, like we said about Posh, looking at him from Ajax in his days, he's too quick in changing his going for his plan B. That's my only problem with him. Mind you, there's nothing wrong with that team. For me, the only thing wrong with the team is his ability to change his formation in the middle of the game. And most of these players, mind you, some of the English, with all due respect, some of our English boys, they are confused with when you, even in their sense, in their brain, the way they think like the British weather. They know that today is going to play this formation. If you play 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and you give them the signal to change from what they've trained in the training ground, the guys get confused. That's why people are talking about Rashford. Rashford is a wonderful player. Take it to the bank. But the problem Rashford has to be confused. If you're going to play him as your winger, let him do his job. He might not get it right in the first 16 minutes. But by the time the thing is getting into them, you have somebody like
Bruno.
Bruno, with his character, working with these boys over the years. You should know who is who. Losing is part of game. You can lose any match. You don't have to change it because you think it's not working out well. Like what we're talking about, Angie. Angie is going to go there, high line, press till the end of the game. So for me, Man U have all to lose in this game. It's their game to lose because this is the best. There's no other better time to play Tottenham than now. There's no other better time because by the time this squad is complete with their new addition, with their new addition, I think they will do better. But for this game on Sunday, on edge on the side of Man U, taking up the game with 3-1 Man U. You know why I said that? Tottenham will get a goal. That's definite. And by the time Man U get one, they will be going for two. Angie and his style will not pack the bus. They will still go there to go and try. And that is towards the end, they will open up the defense and score more and get more goals. So for me, I'm with Man U on this one. And I'm going for 3-1.
I hear you. For me, like you guys have said, these are two teams traveling in the opposite direction. So I expect the game to be a little bit close to call, considering the way they've been approaching the games. And of course, like I said earlier on, he's a very vibrant coach. He tries to play the game at a very ferocious pace, which for me is a little bit of suspect because nobody can run that way for 90 minutes. So if you are able to contend them for 60 minutes and they don't get a goal against you, they tend to, of course, naturally, the players will start to tire out and then you can hit them on the break. So this, which makes it difficult to call this game. United, the only problem I have, like Nkem mentioned right there, is sometimes it seems that the players are on a different wavelength from their coach. And once that happens, once that disintegration is there, of course, it creates disharmony, which, of course, affects the result that they get from games, which we have seen so many times this season. And United is either losing or winning games. They don't draw games. So that's the way they have traveled this season. So we see how this one is going to pan out. And prediction time. Okay, you already said United is going to win 3-1.
United 3-1.
Okay. So Ugum?
I predicted 2-2 draw, just like the previous game.
Okay. Nimi?
Yeah, Ugu has already caught. His ticket has caught already. Just like the previous game. No, I predict a slim 2-1 victory for Manchester United.
Keep us what's your prediction for this game?
2-1. 2 for United, 1 for Tottenham.
For Tottenham?
No, Tottenham will lose.
Okay.
2 for United.
It's Reggie, before you predict, it's becoming kind of weird. Anywhere I go, my comrade Choba is always going the same predictions. The same. Is it because Arsenal is losing now?
Yeah, this new fan love. Yeah, it's trying to make sure you don't get under her skin. Please, but yeah, they escaped this weekend.
Sorry, Nimi. Arsenal is not losing. The league started the same day, please. The league started the same day.
Are they losing or they are not losing?
They are not losing. Yes.
Well, let me. I thought they lost against West Ham. Was there another score or what?
No, that's what I'm saying. Arsenal is. You said Arsenal is losing. Arsenal is not. What it means losing is losing the whole season.
No. You said that we're losing games now. These are our own
No,
season.
no. They're not losing games. Football is
now
win
wow.
or lose.
So
Arsenal is not losing games. Please.
So I don't understand. Did they lose against Fulham?
Arsenal is not losing games.
It's like in came as another Oxford
You
dictionary.
met your match.
Yeah.
You met your match.
No. Arsenal is not losing games. The league started the same day, and they are. How many points can you remember?
They are about 5 points behind right now on 4th place.
On 4th place. And our blue neighbors on how many points?
No, we're not talking about
No.
our
That's
neighbors
the
right
league.
now.
That's we're talking about the Premier League, EPL.
No, we are talking about you know one thing, and Kim, I can disagree with you. All dying or die. We're all dying. We're all on the same boat right now. So
I
if
am
you
not.
can agree with that, if you can
Okay.
agree with that,
That brings me to the last segment of the weekend. Can or will Arsenal still win the league?
I would like to hear what Reverend Father Curtis Osborne have to say. Ateta guy.
The league is the league.
Considering what's been going on with Arsenal the last 2 weeks.
Nothing is. Listen. If I'm gonna go with this is a good question. This is my first time joining this, and I don't know what you guys have been discussing. You guys are far away in the States. We are down here in London. We know what the Premier League brings. Like I said before, initial gra with Newcastle and all them. The last season, I told everyone that Arsenal will not win the league. It's not done like that. It's Premier League. This season is for Arsenal, and if people that bet, I don't bet. It's unfortunate. If you have spare change to bet, go and put it now. You still have the odds are still. This is the best time even. Arsenal is going to win the league with 2 points.
Wow. Choma, this is a bold call.
No. Can I respond?
In fact, I wish Bados was here because this is the day Bados would like to be on the show. Yeah, also Nimi, yeah. Go ahead. Will Arsenal? But remember the question: Can or will Arsenal still win the league?
If I was, I felt like I was hearing. I felt like the 2023 election was coming back again because Nkem was like he's in the grassroots. He's in the streets in London already, and we are far away. We're watching the same soccer. And you said you don't bet. It's unfortunate. I don't know who wants to bet and it's fortunate to bet. But what I'll tell you is this. I know you've not been following. I told the comrades, the Arsenal comrades, even Osborne and all of them, I said by January, when Arsenal was flying high, I said by January, precedents will happen. I said Arsenal right now, if they don't invest in a striker, they will have issues. That was in August, September. I kept saying this in the long run. And right now, we are seeing what's going on right now. Teams have known how to stifle Arsenal. Watch the West Ham game. Watch the Fulham game. It's still the same blueprint. Saka holds the ball. All you need to do, take 2 players, go meet Saka. Make that 11 drop back a little bit. Play deep. Catch them on the break.
Hold on. Did you watch Arsenal play Liverpool?
No. I watch Arsenal play. Hear me out, please. Arsenal play Liverpool. Liverpool are a title contending team. That's what I tell Chelsea when the Chelsea battles after going to the
I know we are going with that. Okay, they will open up. Okay, did you watch Arsenal play against West Ham?
I'm saying
did you watch
No. Let's hear him. I want to hear him because you know one thing I want to correct. I want to correct an impression because you can analyze Arsenal the way you like it. You are very good in analyzing Arsenal, but when you finish, I will tell you what you did not say. Go ahead, please. Let's allow you.
So I'm gonna. I know I'm not the me and Kim will not, but let me tell you something. As I said, in August or September, I looked at the team. And I said, this team, as presently constructed, will find it difficult come December, January, February, going forward until the league. I don't see that team winning the league. I don't see where the goals are going to come from. I don't see where the midfield structure. I think Xhaka, that experiment of Xhaka leaving, I think Rice was a great buy. Odegaard is still good, but that accompanying player that accompanied, I don't think it's Kai Havertz. He has given us glimpses just like he did in Chelsea, where he gives flashes. This game is here, the other game is not there. But the main underlying issue is this. Gabriel Jesus is not fit. What you call it? Nketiah is not a striker that will give you 20-21 goals. And the bottom line is, based on statistics, Arsenal is the only team, the most touches inside the opposing half, but they struggle in the top 6 teams. They have the lowest goals. So there's an issue of goals right there. And I'm hoping that I think Arteta will address that this season coming up, this January window. But if they don't do that, if they don't get a midfielder and a striker and a left back, I see Arsenal struggling.
Okay,
And
I hear you.
and also the last thing I want to say, that goalkeeping switch of Raya and what do you call it? Ramsdale. I think it did more harm than it did good.
Okay, Choma, will and can Arsenal still win the league?
I thought I was not among this conversation though. I'm just cheerleading for Arsenal. What? I am going to go with everybody but, please.
Yeah, man.
I didn't say Nino. I said I'm going to support everybody. Me, I know what's in my mind.
Tell us.
Me,
Want to
I
know.
know.
We want to know. What
to
can and will Arsenal still win the league?
See what Mr. Kemp said.
Okay.
The devil.
Okay, he has already said it. Ugum, are you there? Let's get your take on this. So our viewers didn't have the chance to. I know they were waiting to see what we're going to say about the poor run of form of Arsenal the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, that was the time we are. For those who didn't go to our page, we have been doing some back end development on the channel. And we are still working on them, so we had to go on a break. We are back, so we couldn't. It coincided with for Choma and the Ugum Arsenal fans. They escaped the banter of losing those games. So, Ugum, do you still think Arsenal can or will still win the league?
I think that Arsenal can win the league. I don't think. Let me just put it this way. I predict. I rate Manchester City more to win the league.
Favorites.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Manchester. Well, it's not. It can't be unbelievable because you haven't heard me say the opposite. Have you heard me say any other thing? So, but I believe, contrary to Nimi's, this is where there's a bit of difference between Nimi and I. I believe that even as presently constituted, with some luck, without buying that top-rated all-conquering striker that I don't know, we can still win this league, right? Let me also add just a bit of background. Unfortunately, like Reggie said, we didn't get to talk. We didn't get to hold our shows during December, which coincided with the poor run of form for Arsenal. Nimi has mentioned the game against West Ham. We can analyze all these games. We can analyze them individually, and we will see. Presently, watching, I missed Liverpool on Sunday. I didn't watch it live because I was in church.
Yeah.
But when I go back and I watched the game, Arsenal had no business losing to Liverpool.
I told somebody that club will go home wondering how he won that game.
Yeah. So, but of course, I mean, the narrative is that they lost it. There's nothing you can say about it. When they had the kind of chances I saw us now make against Liverpool, I've not seen any other team do that all season, including City. But it is what it is. You take the losses. The good thing is that I believe that the team is trying to, address the issues with confidence around our forwards. Around Bukayo Saka, around Martinelli, around, of course, Gabriel Jesus, even without injury, struggles in front of goal. So, yeah, I agree that Arsenal needs a forward player. I don't think that they need that top scoring forward. I think they need somebody that's efficient in the 18-yard box. And once it clicks again, it will flow. That's just the way I see
Yeah,
it.
my verdict.
Let me come in a minute. I want to answer Nimi before you go on, Reg. Nimi, I think you've said all that is wrong with Arsenal without saying anything good with Arsenal. And that's so wrong in football. I'll tell you something.
Okay, okay. Nimi, you're mute in case you're saying something. Yeah, go ahead, Nkem.
So what I said, like I said, you see, Arsenal does not have any problem. They don't need a striker. They don't need a defender. They don't need a left back. They don't need midfield. This is the rumor from Chelsea, and here we hear every day. They can analyze Arsenal from Monday to Sunday. And Bados, like now, since yesterday, he has not said anything about Middlesbrough and Chelsea. And that's not a good way of...
They're saying second leg.
Let me now tell you something. There is Arsenal team, present team is not an invisible team of Thierry Henry. You expect them to lose matches. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it they lost to West Ham. West Ham on a good day can beat any team in the Premier League. Fulham on a good day can beat any team in the Premier League. Luton can beat any team in it's Premier League. And one thing people don't understand is you don't define the league in December, you don't define it in January. And I'm telling people, thank God this thing happened at this time. Because the problem we have with this team, like I said, Arteta, if you watch Liverpool match, I was going to be in the stadium that day, but if you watch Liverpool match, that is where I said patience. If they were in a hurry to get that goal and they missed all the chances in the first half, City will come to that game. Pep will tell you, go there, express yourself, do what you know how to do, continue the normal pattern. Don't rush it. But because Arteta wanted to prove that point, the guys rushed it. Odegaard was in a hurry. Saka was in a hurry. And you see, what people were saying, I was listening to Robbie the other day. He was saying, oh, they would have started with Trossard in the night. No, you don't train with these guys. I believe any coach that put up first 11 is his best 11 for that match. Arsenal is going to have a very good run. I don't know when it's going to start. Liverpool, City, Aston Villa, they are going to lose games. They're going to lose matches. It's not a joke. This is Premier League.
Yeah, I hear you. My own verdict.
My own is not can Arsenal win the league. The Arsenal will win the league. Maybe the day of the trophy presentation, I will be here to tell him, Nimi will say I'm a prophet. And if you have a cold bottle of lager, please, you will give it to me.
He usually does red wine.
I usually toast the red wine, but Kate, you don't know me. I'm the type that, when Chelsea started, right? This season, I told everybody here, Chelsea will not finish in the top 7. I told them here, I am quite. Bados came in here and he said, let us bet money. Chelsea will win the league. It was not until 2 weeks ago, I told Bados to look at the camera and admit. And he looked at the camera and tell us, and he admitted. So, based on what I've said so far, the trajectory is showing. And I'm the prophet. And at the last day, I will be
Yeah.
here. You will not be 2 points. You will not win
you guys
this league
are
with 2
bullying me. You
points.
guys are bullying me. Let me give my own
No,
verdict. You guys are
no,
bullying
Reggie, you're
my
the
own show.
host. You're the host of the
Host.
show.
Yeah,
You
you
bring
don't
us,
have-
you bring us here. You are supposed to be a neutral observer.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
can see, I can see Osborne. Osborne all of a sudden is now putting on love shirt. Love.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, and of course, when it comes to Arsenal, there is so many opinions about the team. Yeah, the question can or will Arsenal still win the league? I believe I can affirm to that they can, and let me not use the word will. I think Jude had asked me that question before. I told him that in football, it's difficult to use the word will. But in terms of this season, Arsenal has not played the way they played last season. I think it's intentional. They just like we're talking about Tottenham exerting a lot of energies in their game. Arsenal has approached their games differently. And I don't think there's any team in EPL this season, the way the league is going, that's going to go on a run of 10 games. Even City won't do it. Nobody is going to do it this because every team has improved. Every team has become strong. Every team has become more confident. We discussed Fulham and Chelsea, and we saw what we were saying about Fulham. They almost shocked Liverpool in the EFL first leg semi-finals. So for us now, there are things to be addressed, and I think Arteta needs to address those things, which is working on the players' confidence, like Ken mentioned, and patience. They are too much in a hurry to execute actions, especially in the final third. If they can get that right, I think they're creating chances. It's just a matter of beginning to take them. And of course, Thomas Partey, good at thing, he did not go to AFCON, so which means at least he can still give us now 10 or 15 games before the season ends. Jordan Timber will be coming back. If he's anywhere close to what we saw before he got injured, will also be a new addition to the team. So the Arsenal has good things still in the bag to bring, but of course they have to execute them on the pitch. I've said it all season. I don't think Liverpool has what it takes to win the league. They can look good in the eye sometimes, but when you really break that team down, at the key areas in the team, they don't have the personnel to deal. And that was what happened to them against Arsenal. I've been saying it all season. Defensive midfield position in Liverpool is very weak. They cannot cope with the pressure of week in, week out in the EPL. They just escaped that day because of Arsenal's inability to. If you remember, first into that game, Reece Nelson had a chance to score the first goal, and he missed it. Now Trent is injured. Maybe they say few weeks. Sometimes these things can take 4 or 5 weeks. And if you have watched Liverpool in the last 2 months, anything good that's happened in Liverpool has come through that young man. Anything good. He has scored winning games. He has provided assists at key moments in games. So losing him is going to be a very big one. We only wait and see how they're going to survive without him. And I don't see City as well. KDB is back. Choma is raving for that. He's happy. But we know when you go on long layoff for injury, you come back after 2 or 3 weeks, expectedly, you're going to go back again, maybe for 1 or 2 weeks and come back. So that is going to affect City. The Rodri from nowhere is beginning to get carded in games that he didn't used to before. So I still see him miss 1 or 2 games for City this season. And every game he has missed, City has lost. So, everybody can say what they want to say about City. But we have seen this season that this is not the same City that Pep have always had. And everybody's saying, a lot of people are saying that they're doing the business. I'm saying, is there going to be a day that Pep will not win the league in England? They say, yeah, of course. So when is it going to be? If you keep saying that's what they'll do every season. So Arsenal can still win the league. The only contenders they're having is City and Liverpool. And I see deficiencies in those teams as the way I see in Arsenal. So it's all about them getting themselves together and trying to make things happen for themselves. So yeah, Arsenal can still win the league. I don't see.
Quick question. Thanks for that episode on Mount Chicago. Osborne and Choma, do you guys remember my top 4 predictions for this season? Do you remember my top 4 predictions?
I think you said the City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and was it Newcastle or Tottenham? No, United.
No,
Was
I didn't call you.
United.
No,
You
I
didn't
didn't
call
call you. I said Villa.
Villa, yeah, Aston Villa.
1,
yes.
2, 3,
Villa.
4.
Villa to
Fifth.
be in the top. Villa to be in the top 4.
Villa will smuggle themselves into top 4.
Not Premier League, brother.
It will be Nigerian Premier League.
No. Villa is not. Villa is not.
NFPL.
We're talking about EPL here. We're not talking about championship.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
But okay, let me just round it up. I repeat, I'm looking at the camera again.
Yeah.
Man City will finish first.
Okay.
Liverpool will finish second. Liverpool will put the title challenge up until March, early April. Liverpool will finish second. Arsenal will finish third. Aston Villa will finish fourth. Right?
Okay.
Fifth and sixth will be Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
Newcastle and Chelsea will be that 7th and 8th position.
Okay. Our
Finito.
viewers, you have heard it. You have heard it from Nimi, you heard it from us. You've seen our predictions. We've seen our Arsenal, of course, is the talk of the moment right now. Everybody is a pundit when it comes to Arsenal. And we only hope and see how they're going to react to this, Arteta and his boys. So get busy in the comment section and let us know what you feel about this. If you have not subscribed to this channel, don't forget to do so. Don't enjoy the show and forget to subscribe. And hit the like button as well. We are still on the road to our 5,000 subscribers, as we have been begging you to be with us. Like I said, we are doing some work on the channel, on our social media handle, all across the social media platform. We are on Instagram, Transit TV, on Facebook, Transit TV, on TikTok, Footy Transit TV. So guys, try to support the channel, and they will be back again on Sunday to look at these games, how these games panned out, and take it off from there. We'll be start doing our team of the week. After on the top 6 teams, every weekend we're going to bring you the players that did best in different positions in the week. So keep a day with us, and let's look up to Sunday to see how our predictions went in these games. Thank you, guys, and good to see you again. Ken, thank you for stopping by for us. I will hope to see you more on the channel and bringing up, because Nini sometimes can bully us on this channel. He has a lot of.
No, I'm a man of peace. I'm a man of love. I love. I love.
The game of football is that round leather that everybody's chasing. The two people in the field chasing it at the moment. Chelsea is chasing the bridge, not chasing the round ladder. At the moment, Arsenal will win the Premier League, take it to the bank, and
which of the bank? Barclays?
Which of the banks? First of all,
Bank of America.
Bank of America. Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you for coming on the show.
Before we end, one more thing. It seems they say, "Show me your friends. I'll tell you who you are." It seems like your friends, Bados and Kim, they're just two extremes. We are the middle ground people there.
Yeah, Ascote, Jude didn't show up today. Yeah, and there's another one too. We have Renault. I'm going to try and bring all 4 of you on one show. You can need me, Bados and Renault, and of course, Ascote. That's maybe the day Chelsea will play us now. We'll have this all these guys on the show and see where we'll go from there. Thank you, guys, and see you next time, and peace out.